do it.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the Board Man Gets Paid podcast. I'm your
Yes,
host,
sir.
Andre Lindo, and today I got regular Shells. He's back.
I'm
How you
back,
doing?
baby.
He's back. No, that's another
Back with a
podcast.
big back.
Well, I got the big bag.
Hey, man.
I
It's that time of the year, man. Holiday season.
Hey,
Everyone's eating food. Everyone's
sugar
eating good.
cookies.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your Starbucks
Starbucks.
order?
Well, I'm not that wealthy yet. I'm gonna dumb it down to Tim Hortons.
Okay.
My Tim Hortons go-to breakfast meal is a sausage and egg belt. On a 12-grain bagel.
Okay.
With a
Trying to
with a,
make it
with a
healthy.
yeah, try, with a with a blackberry quencher, man, and a cheese croissant. You gotta throw the cheese croissant in there.
Bro, did you like the mango quenchers when they came out?
Yeah, they're dope. They're
Yeah.
dope. I like them.
I'm
I
I'm
like them,
mad
man.
that they stopped that. That's one thing me and my wife
Yeah,
would we constantly get, and now
for
that she's
sure.
upset now. So
I mean, it's like $5 for a nice large. But I mean,
yeah,
hey, it's worth it for me. It's
I,
worth it.
I'm doing right now. I'm doing the mocha frappuccino,
Ooh,
with cookie
fancy,
crumbs and chocolate,
fancy.
whatever. I gotta be
Look at that.
fancy sometimes. Once in a while, I get me a fancy drink.
For sure, for sure. You
Oh,
deserve it, man.
I deserve it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, you deserve it.
But other than that, Raptors, the Toronto Raptors, what we've
Yes,
come here together to talk about, they
yes.
finished the week with 1-3. We
Mm-hmm.
predicted 2-2.
Yeah. It was
Uh,
close. It was close.
it's close, yeah, because that Pelicans game.
Oh,
Oh my god, that was. Mm-mm.
one for the
Um,
books.
let's get started. Let's get into the Cavalier game. What did you think, um, of the Cavalier game? Like,
You know what? I
yeah,
was I was I was slightly optimistic, but more realistic. Like
yeah,
I was going into it thinking, okay, you know, we might catch them off guard. I think they had previously lost to the Hawks or something like that.
yeah,
And I'm like, okay, maybe they're coming down to earth. Maybe they're like, all right, 15-1 is decent. The pressure's off. We lost the first game. Let's just coast. But nope.
no.
They came out with a vengeance, man. Darius Garland set the tone early. I mean, that dude
Ty
shifty,
Jerome,
man.
bro. Ty
He's
Jerome.
shifty. Hydro, yeah.
Um, but I kind of okay. So I'm gonna say this, and I know Cav
Mm.
fans are gonna be upset with me, but I don't think Cavs are legit, bro.
I told
Like
you this. I
they
told you.
legit. Bro. I thought
I told
maybe
you.
they have the tools, but
Nope.
I'm looking at the team,
Nope.
especially in the first and second quarter.
Hmm.
Yes, they gave us the business, but there was times where we were in that game. They never put,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
it wasn't like Donovan Mitchell was killing us until like kind of the end. But
Yeah,
If it weren't for Ty Jerome hitting 3-pointer after
for
3-pointer
sure.
after 3-pointer,
For sure.
it would have been a tight game.
For
Like,
sure. For
and
sure.
I don't think Ty Jerome is a main scorer on that team. So I
No.
don't know.
Mm-mm.
The Cavs lost twice to the Hawks, which
The
is
Hawks
so
within like a
interesting.
week and a half, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's crazy.
what is it with that team? Like,
You see, again, it goes back to what we are talking about with the 3 pointers.
yeah,
Um, a while ago, I think we were talking offline, but yeah, the league is different now. Like
yeah,
the Raptors don't shoot as much 3 pointers as the rest of the league. We
yeah,
shoot a lot for us, but not as many as some teams, and I think that's a detriment to us. We score a lot, but in different ways, right? A lot of paint points, as you can see with Jakob and
mm,
RJ, who like to get to the rim.
mm,
We don't have a lot of shooters that take a lot of threes. I think in the
yeah,
last couple of games, Scotty's been throwing them up a lot, but
yeah.
we're not a great 3 point shooting team, and I think that hurts us. Especially in a game like this, where we're kind of
You think so?
close.
I don't know, man. Like, I guess I'm a basketball purist. I don't think we need to be jacking up 59 3-pointers
No,
like
don't
the
get me
Canadians
wrong.
like that.
I don't think
But
we should be doing it. I'm
yeah,
just saying we don't do it as
yeah,
compared to the rest of the league. Like the
yeah.
whole league is shooting threes right now. We're not in that boat. We're in the bottom half, or actually towards the bottom of
I
the
think we're
league.
25th
Yeah,
in
and
attempts.
3 point shots and attempts and
Yeah,
percentage, all of that. So I'm not saying we need to shoot more. I just think that the way the league is trending, it hurts us a bit because trading 3 for 2, it's mathematically we're out of the game right away.
Yeah,
So it sucks because it takes, like you said, you're a purist, and I enjoy basketball at its purest.
yeah,
Which is move the ball around, every guy gets a touch, inside out. If the open shot is there, take it. But I mean, let's work our advantages. If I got a
yeah.
7 foot guy and a
Ah,
six
why
eight
do I
guy,
keep?
like,
Why do we
why
keep
are we in
talking
the
about this,
perimeter?
bro? Like, to be honest, like even like in this game, where is it? Jakob Pertl didn't do that well. He did have
Yeah, yeah.
19 rebounds and
Albeit against
and eight.
two 7 footers.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I think people are not understanding, and I think he's getting rebounds on tips a lot,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is a lot of effort, but man, he couldn't score.
It's
Right?
hard. I mean,
He's
look at
like,
who's
these guys are
against, right?
huge. And I
Yeah,
keep
yeah, yeah,
telling people, I'm like, yo, Jakob Pertl only plays like decent or well
yeah.
against players that are shorter than him.
This is the thing with the numbers thing, right? The numbers never tell the story,
Hmm.
right? He had a monster game early in the year with like 2020, but who was he up against, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like he wasn't really against a decent defender who's his size or taller or bigger. So he has his deficiencies, but again, he's a solid role player. Like he's just
yeah.
a solid NBA player. He's not
Yeah,
gonna wow you. He's not gonna throw the ball to you in a clutch moment to get a basket. He's not that. He's just a serviceable center.
big. Yep,
You know
yep.
what I mean? Yeah.
Did anyone stand out to you on the Raptor side for this game?
Not really.
Yeah,
Not really. It was a tough watch.
I think the
Like
player that really stood out to me is Mobo. Like, I really like
Boba did well.
this was
The
his
energy.
first game. Like his um he scored the most he's ever scored before. He
Yeah,
had
yeah,
7 rebounds,
yeah,
13 points. He was a +1.
yeah.
And again, his defense has been
Special,
pretty,
man. Special.
pretty good. And
Yeah.
he was giving. I think. Let me see where is it here. Because I think he was covering Donovan Mitchell a few times. He was giving
Yeah.
him some work. 10 of 18. So
Hmm.
it's just they couldn't handle what's his name, Ty Jerome, and seems like
It's
Ty
that
Jerome
perimeter,
is
man.
yeah, the
See,
perimeter
I
three
think
pointer,
I
bro.
think the Raptor scouting missed out on this one because some of the shots he was getting up, it's like the players weren't aware that this guy's a shooter. And I don't know if it's him or he had a great night because I don't really follow the Cavs like that. But
Bro, the night
Ty
before
Jerome,
he dropped like 26 points as well.
you see, but
So
scouting report has to be there. Like this guy's gonna get hot and put a body on him. But
yeah,
hey, it's Tank Nation, baby.
Tank Nation. We're
Tank
calling it.
Nation.
I said it in my last TikTok. It's an
Yeah,
ethical tanking. Is what we're calling it
it is. It
because
is. It is.
some guy went on was like on a rant. And it's like how. What is this? What does ethical tanking mean? Because it doesn't make any
It's
sense.
just what we
I'm
what
like,
we saying.
it's for us as fans to say that hey, there's no way that this coaching staff is that incompetent to lose games like they're losing,
On
right?
purpose,
So
man. It's on
you
purpose.
know, okay, so we'll end that one. That was a good game. Let's go to the next game. The
Sir.
Pistons. Ah, the
This one, oh
Pistons.
boy. This one disappointed me.
This one
So,
hurt me.
and it's not in
We
the way
both
that you
we
think.
both picked this one, right? Didn't we
Yeah,
both
yeah,
pick
yeah.
this one to lose?
We definitely picked this one to win.
Yeah,
This is one of my guaranteed wins, which is crazy. In the tank year, I had a
yeah,
guaranteed win. Like,
yeah.
but this is one of mine where I'm like, we're going to the Pistons. They don't have Cade. They don't have some other guys. And I'm like, we got to win this game. Like, we have to win this game. Um, I think we were down 15 the first quarter, and I'm just like, this is not good. This is not looking good at all. We came out flat. Darko called a couple timeouts. We responded, but
We
once we
responded
took,
in the first quarter, but
yeah, we
then
did, we
yeah,
did. But it didn't feel like we were really commanding. Not until the second half where we kind of explode. I think it was 40 points or something, or
yeah.
the second quarter was like 40 points or something like that. And I'm like, okay, game's done, right? It's over. Like it's over. We're hitting shots. We're playing good defense. And then the fourth quarter came, and these guys just chipped and chipped and chipped
20
and chipped
in the fourth quarter, bro.
and chipped and chipped away. And when it got close, I said, "It's happening again. It's happening. This is the
I
ethical
this,
tank.
this is the ethical tank, bro.
Exactly. It was
Like
so clear.
this team. I don't understand. Like they kept. like
It
first
was
off,
so good.
there's a narrative like Scotty had a monster game, 31 points, 14
Yes,
rebounds,
yes,
seven
yes,
assists.
yes.
Okay, almost
Yep.
a triple double. But there's this narrative going around that anytime Scotty Barnes scores 30 or more
Yeah.
points, the
Yeah.
Raptors they're 1-6, I think. And
So
yes,
yeah.
it happens, but I'm like, this game, this is not fair, bro. And
Oh
stupid me posted the tweet and said, "Hey,
man.
Raptors, Scotty's over 30 points. Raptors are
Oh,
one
you
and
jinxed
five.
it.
Could this be the game that we win?"
But
And
no,
then
no.
Durant, oh my god,
You know what's
oh
funny?
my
You know what's
god,
funny? Scotty had some of the worst mental lapses I've seen him have in like towards the end of the game, where
yeah,
I was like, no, 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 this is on purpose.
it's
Like
ethical.
you having a great game, the game is close, and you make mistakes like that.
Yeah,
Like no, Scotty, man, come on. So I was really disappointed in that, but then again, I'm like, no, this is really like a tanking effort right here
yeah,
because we were up, we had the momentum, and we just let these guys get back in the game. There was no defensive schemes that were changed. There was no blitzing, nothing. If a team goes on a run, you have to throw a trap in or something,
you have
like
to do
somewhere,
something.
do
Yeah,
something.
and but some of the lineups too. I
Oh
don't
my
want to talk about
goodness!
coaching, but some of the lineups, bro.
Oh
Like
my goodness! It was bad.
you can't be having players out there that can't shoot. Like who's
That
gonna
cannot
score?
shoot.
And
In a pivotal point of the game where you need a bucket, you don't take out your scorers out the game.
yeah,
Like it made no sense.
what's interesting though is that they only had what? Let's see, 9 turnovers in this game, and that is like
Which is
that
really
must
good.
be like a record because
Yeah.
we're keeping taking care of the ball. Yet
Yep.
for some weird reason, we lost that. I still trying to figure out
It
how
made
we
no
lost that
sense.
game.
It
Scotty
made
was
no
doing
sense.
everything he could in the fourth.
Scotty had 26 shots, right? And out of the 26 he made, two, he was on fire.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he was doing everything in that game. And just
14
like,
rebounds, he was facilitating steals, blocks, one
bro,
turnover.
it just disappeared. What towards the end of the game, I want to say like with 5 or so minutes left, like you could just see the mental lapse. Like the passes weren't
Yeah.
crisp.
Well,
The guys weren't cutting,
we
and
were
I'm just
talking
like,
about Ochai, right? Ochai really um had a dud this game, 0 for
oh yeah,
4, minus
yep,
26.
yep.
He let okay, here's another thing. Okay, hold on.
I'm not
Right?
putting it on him, but go ahead.
I'm not putting it on him. No, no,
Okay,
no. Okay.
okay.
But he was struggling in this game defensively.
Hmm.
He was
Hmm.
struggling. Okay.
Offensively, yep.
Last play of the game, I know Pirtle struggles defensively, but
Hmm.
why the hell you pull him out of the game? I'm sorry. I am sorry. You need a rebound. You guys,
Yep,
We're tied. If
yep.
you're gonna switch everything, you switch everything. That's fine.
Sure.
But they're not going to kill. They have not shown the whole game that they can
Hmm.
kill you through
And
Pirtle. Why would
right.
you take Pirtle off in the game? And Julian Duran went right at Ochai,
Yeah.
and there was no body,
Yeah, there's no protection
no
through it. Yeah,
protection at all.
nothing. And you see, the thing is, the last game were in Toronto against the Pistons. Um, Pirtle was destroying Durant.
Yeah,
Like he was killing him. And
yeah.
the game they were mentioning on the broadcast, were like, Durant probably was circled this game like I gotta get him back because he was killing me in Toronto. And he played decent against Pirtle, but it wasn't like Pirtle couldn't handle it. And like you said, you take Pirtle out of the game at such a crucial point
Yeah,
where we needed to stop. You got to have your best defenders out there
yeah.
at that point in the game. When you're losing the lead, you got to get your guys back in the game, your best
I,
players in
and
the
that
game.
was interesting because I always thought, okay, maybe he's trying to switch on everything, like he's trying to. And but then I'm like, but how do you like the size matters, man? That
And
size
again,
matters.
you said Ocha had a bad game, all around bad game, right?
Yeah, really bad.
I'm sitting him. I don't care. I'd get one of the young guys in there, right? I'd even put Jamal Shed in there, even just to
I would
as
have
a
put
point of
Mogbo in.
attack,
Oh no, he did have
right?
Mogbo in. So yeah,
Momo was
and
in. I'd put another guard in there who's going to give me some effort. If my guy's not giving me what I'm looking for from him, I got to sit him,
like
right? And
Jaden
you let him stay out
Ivey,
there. Was going off at the last.
20, 10 for 13, bro. 10 for. Oh, I don't know, man. This was such an anomaly. This is what we call ethical loss because like really
Absolutely,
truly that was tough.
absolutely.
Um,
This was our game to win, and we gave it to them on a
yeah,
platter.
yeah.
hand delivered, skip the dishes.
But there's another thing too is the turnovers by Barrett. We're going to talk about that in the actual
Yeah,
upcoming game.
yeah,
But
yeah,
he,
yeah, yeah.
it's like it's maybe he's not settled, or maybe it's because Grady's not in the game. His
Mm,
assists have gone down and his
I'm,
turnovers have gone up.
I'm gonna say something about RJ that
Hmm.
is not a slight, but it's more of a constructive criticism for him, right?
Hmm.
Since coming to the Raptors, he has had an amazing turnaround, right?
Hmm.
Offensively, defensively, amazing turnaround. But when it gets to that point in the game where it's a little crucial and you don't want your player to make mistakes,
Yeah.
I don't think I want the ball in RJ's hands at that point. Like I've seen enough. I know we talked about it one time before where he's missed a lot of clutch shots in the late stages of the game, but these turnovers are like really bad. It's not like
Yeah.
he's being pressured. It's not like he's having a bad game. It's usually when he has a great game. Then he comes onto the stretch and he's fumbling the ball, or
Hmm.
he's trying to get into the paint through four guys, and it's like Scotty's wide open, another guy's wide open in the corner, and he's just missing them. Like
Hmm.
clear, it's so clear that he's missing them. You're like, what's going on? You got your
Do you
point, you
think
got your buckets.
it's fatigue? Like because this came up
IQ.
in
I think
another
it's
game.
IQ. I think it's the IQ. So when it gets the
Mm.
pressure gets to him, he has this tendency of reverting back to
New
hero.
York. Yeah.
Not well, yeah, sure. Well, not even New York because he didn't get a chance like that in New York. But I think that the freedom he has here, when it gets to the end of the game, he needs to kind of slow down, focus, and
Mhm.
say, "Okay, let me make a decisive move." I haven't seen that.
Bro,
I've just seen
what
him
is it?
put his
You
head
just
down.
said it. Like you just said what I said to
Right.
someone else the other. Like I was talking to someone in the back channels, and I
Yeah.
said, um, one of the coaches said you have to play slow to play fast.
Right.
And,
Absolutely.
and it's such a weird statement because you have to be patient, but you
Yeah.
have to play fast.
In your mind. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
slow down but
See the
play fast.
game.
But
Like.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's like it's such an interesting. Oh, you know who it was? It's Gannon, the amazing trainer guy. He said
Okay.
play slow to play fast. You have to play slow to
Right.
play fast,
Right.
and
Right.
it's just such an interesting thought process when it comes to RJ Barrett is that
Mm-hmm.
he's instead of him slowing down in his
Slow down there.
mind,
Speeding
he's
up.
just speeding everything
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Like there was this one play that we talked about. It's been talked on Twitter, is that he
Mhm.
just went right to the rim. He gathered everyone,
Yes.
and
Yes.
he missed Scotty Barnes right
Yeah.
behind him
At
for
the
an
rim.
easy
Yeah. At the
dunk.
rim. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw that.
and it
Yeah.
wasn't the first time; it was a few times he did that.
Hmm.
And when you're the type of person that's breaking down a defense like that, you
Yeah.
have to be able to kind of assess the situation,
You got to read.
offensive
Yeah.
awareness, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
you have to kind of almost like when you play, when you play chess or like any sort
Hmm.
of game, you have to think a few steps ahead, right? Just a
Right.
few steps ahead. Like, okay, if I cut down the lane here, like he was there, he did the
He was. Yeah.
crossover and went,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, if you see this guy coming, this guy coming, this guy coming, and you know positionally, offensively where your teammates are,
Make a play. Yeah.
you should easily be able to make a
Yeah.
play. And
Absolutely.
and I'm not saying easily because it is a hard game, but these guys
Well,
are
no, it's
professionals,
it's
right?
like you said. If he makes the first attempt and say, okay, if I take the dribble left,
Mhm.
right to the paint, and the defense collapses, the defense is collapsing off of, I know that's an open pass right there.
Yeah.
Or if it's collapsing on the weak side, I know that's a pass over there, right? So like, it all comes back to like you said, slowing down, reading the defense. I don't think he's doing that in those
No.
crunch moments. I
Yeah.
think he's making up in his mind that I'm going to get to the rim and try to finish at the rim, and
Yeah.
that's it,
Yeah.
right? And then once he's pressured, it's easy for the defense to just be like, let me just stand here and wait for you to run into me. Let me swipe at the ball or take a charge or whatever the case is. And I know he's going to turn the ball over. And
Yeah.
it's been proven these last it's almost like what 8 games now. You
Hmm.
could just look at the crunch time, the last 5 minutes of the game, when the Raptors need a bucket and
Hmm.
RJ has a ball, he's either going to jack up a three,
Hmm.
an ill-advised three, or he's going to try to get to the rim without making a pass or running a play or whatever the case is. And listen, I'm all for the mentality of let's go get a bucket, but the great players always had one move, counter move, second counter move, you know what I mean, or passing out of the play. They always knew what was going to happen with the defense, and they
Yeah.
were ready for it. Right. So
But
I think
another
that's the
thing
next
too,
step for him.
I'd like to say about that too is
Yeah.
that when Pirtle's on the floor,
Yeah.
I think that also clogs up the lane for him as well.
Well, yeah,
It's
because he
really tough.
operates in
Yeah,
like 10, 15, well, not even 10, 15, but like the 10, 5 to 10 range,
yeah,
feet
Uh,
range. So it's hard to space that way, right?
yeah. So when we even looked at that play, I wish I had it, but it was like he cut and he had everyone there. But
Yeah.
if Pirtle could have stepped out just a little bit, he would
To
have
give a
pulled his
little
man
room.
away.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, it's
This
tough,
is
right?
all comes back down to reading the game, right? Like
Yeah,
he has to know that okay, if Pirtle's in the paint, I can't make this play towards the paint. Like maybe I need to make it on the wing, right? And in
mm,
the three-point line extended part. So like all
mm,
these things just come back to X's and O's and execution
yeah.
and just IQ, just overall IQ. You got to read the defense, man.
Yeah, and again, this is what we said. It's a development year, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I just hope that the coaches recognize that with him, and watching film,
Got to
what are you
watch.
supposed
Yeah,
to
for
do, and
sure,
then see the improvements.
for
That's what we
sure.
want to see. The last few
Yeah.
games has been very tough to watch, and the fans are starting to get antsy with him. But in my mind, like especially the way that he's been playing lately, I kind of feel like he might actually be better suited to be that off the bench scorer, like a six man. I know people are saying no, no, he should be a starter, whatever. But I think when you're a starter, you have specific, certain responsibilities,
Okay.
defensively and offensively.
Yeah.
And I feel like the defense just isn't there with RJ lately. He
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
killed, man. And it's like it's not even about the effort per se. It's the
Okay.
footwork. It's like positioning.
Mhm.
What are you
Right.
supposed
Right.
to
Right.
do, right?
Right.
And
In your stance.
most scorers aren't very good defenders anyways,
True.
but if you look at Grady Dick and Battle,
Mm-hmm.
they're poor defensive players, but they
The
work their
positioning is there.
butts off to get
Oh
into
yeah.
position, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's what people have been saying about him.
I think
Um,
that also goes to effort. And I know you said it doesn't mean effort, but
mhm,
you can look like you're playing hard, but you're not really playing hard, especially if
mhm,
you're out of position, right? So again, if he's in the right spots, I think it'll help him more with his defense because a lot of times he's getting beat off the dribble and he's just standing straight,
yeah,
almost, right? Like if he was in a lower stance, wide position would be a lot easier. But a lot of times he's standing straight and the guy's
yeah.
just blowing right
He's
by him.
standing
So
straight, or he's letting the guy behind him get behind, like letting the
right,
guy behind him.
yeah,
It's just like put a body. I know. Then again, maybe that shoulder injury is something, but like
could be,
being a little bit more physical with
could
people
be,
trying
yeah,
when people are trying to get to a certain position. Shoving them out of the way. Even give them like the Mike Tyson thought process of
yeah.
you
Like
don't know
go through.
you don't know what the fight is
Oh,
until you get punched in the face, bro. Like
that's right.
that always reminds me, like when you're playing a physical sport like that, you got to hit first.
But RJ
And
has it in on the
yeah,
offensive end, right? He doesn't have it on the defensive end, and I think that's the difference. I think on offense, he's when he needs to get a shot off, he'll take the hit, and
yeah.
he's a pretty strong guy. So I mean, that has to translate somehow
Mhm.
to defense. But we'll see, man.
We'll
Hopefully,
see. Yeah, and
you know,
we've got not only we've got a coach that is a development coach. I think
absolutely.
defensively, it's still lacking there, but we'll get there. So
Hey, he unlocked Ochai. He's got Davion who looks amazing. He's developing Shed.
mhm.
Defensively, I'm talking about just
Yeah,
strictly defensively, right? He's got Yaka playing defense. A lot of guys are playing well. Even
yeah.
Walter was a nice surprise. Oh, we'll get to
Oh
it.
man, yeah, we're gonna get
Yeah,
into Jacoby Walter. I was very
yeah.
surprised.
Same here.
Um, so we're talking about the game the Raptors actually won. The
A
Raptors beat
blowout, convincing
they
blowout
destroyed.
in the tank year.
There's a guy on Twitter. His name is Blackhawk Fan. He's
Yeah,
an elderly Jamaican man. He was like, they need to blow them out. It must be a convincing win. Like those guys are.
he's
I
right
love
though.
them.
He's not lying because
He's
that is a
not lying
shell of
though.
a team right there, boy.
I'm sorry, that Pelicans team that played us, that was I don't know if a G League team would lose to
Ajit,
them, bro.
I will
Oh
e-transfer
my
you
god.
$5 right now if you can name 5 players that played for the Pelicans that game. Close your eyes.
I know McCollum was there.
Okay.
That was the my man from Atlanta. I'm gonna know if his name
There
again.
you go.
I'm gonna know his name again. Oh Lord, I'm gonna just look over
Yeah,
John
yo, see, there
Tabor.
you go, there you go.
No,
My point proven.
and then use Misi though. Use Misi. I like him. That
Okay,
guy's
yeah, he's
good.
nice.
He's nice.
Cameroon, yep.
But I don't know anyone else.
Dude, I'm looking
Oh,
at these names. I'm like,
Brandon Boston Jr. still plays ball.
bro,
Oh,
who are these?
Alfred Payton came
Albert
out
Payton
of
back from the
retirement, yo.
grave.
This man. Oh my god.
That man came out of
Oh,
retirement and said, "Yo,
and
y'all
Jordan
need a point guard."
Hawkins. Yeah,
I don't know none of these guys, man. There was a dude, a light skinned dude who had like two names. Let me see, where is it?
Jeremy Robinson
Yeah, two
Earl.
last names. Yeah, Robinson Earl. There you go. I'm like, who is this guy,
Why is he playing 33 minutes over Jordan Hawkins 22?
man?
Hey,
Bro.
problems.
Pelicans
Uh,
just need to. Where did they come from again? Oh, it was an old Charlotte team that went to New Orleans and then they changed the name.
yeah, they were the old
That Chris
Charlotte
Paul time. Yeah,
Bobcats,
they need to.
and then
I don't know.
yeah,
They
I don't know
just.
what I'm gonna talk about that later. That's one of the around the NBA because
Yeah,
Brandon
yeah, yeah.
Ingram stuff like that.
Oh
So
Lord.
Raptors beat them. Scotty Barnes had a pretty good stat line:
Yep.
17 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists.
Yep.
5 turnovers though,
Sure.
and those are gonna happen. I think I was talking to a friend of mine. They're like people that are high usage are gonna have high turnover rates, and
Naturally. Yeah.
Scotty's isn't that high. Like I think
Usage.
4 is manageable. It's when he gets to 5 that gets concerning.
Yeah,
So
and it depends
five,
on
six,
when those turnovers are happening, right? If
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
first, second quarter, and it's not like a
Well, the
watch
first
one of the
quarter
game,
was terrible.
it was really bad on both
Oh my
sides.
god,
Both teams were
yo,
missing everything. It
it
was
was
sloppy.
just like
And they were
ugh.
making Yves Misi look like the Kevin Mutombo
Yeah,
2.0, right?
this
It was
guy,
bad.
and
It was real bad.
it was bad. But then, one bright point is Jacoby Walter. Man
Yes,
had
first
14
start,
points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. Yo,
first
almost
NBA
like
start.
flirting with a triple double as a
Yeah,
first time rookie
yes.
starter. How do you what did you see
Listen,
from
man.
Jacoby? Just like I know the stats, but what did you see
Yeah.
the eye test from
So,
him?
so for me, like when we first drafted him, obviously I wasn't watching college ball, but I did my YouTube research,
Hmm.
and I looked at it and I said, "How is this guy dropped to 19?" Right? Like, was he injured or whatever the case was? And I'm looking at him at his game, and he's really fluid as a player.
Hmm.
He doesn't look like a player that is lost on the basketball court. He
Hmm.
doesn't look like a player that gets nervous or rattled in the moment. He looked like he's been playing for a couple years.
Yep.
If the first play of the game, that little drag play where he hit the corner three, I
Hmm.
said, okay, he's comfortable. And then a couple plays later, he had an ISO where he turned the ball over,
Yeah,
and immediately
he
hustled
was
back
good.
and got the steal, right? And I'm
What
just
about that
then,
alley from Scotty?
oh, beautiful, beautiful, man, beautiful. I mean, this is what I'm saying. That the kid is poised,
Hmm.
right? And he's running up and down the floor, he's guarding his man. He missed a lot
Long
of
arms,
shots.
bro.
He missed a lot of shots, but hey, that's to be expected. But he had 14 and 11. I mean, I'm not going to fault him in a game
He
like
took
this for a
10
lot of
threes,
reasons.
bro.
Yeah, I think they wanted him to. I
Yeah,
think they wanted him to
I
get him
know.
up.
My
You
my
know,
thing with him, this
I
is
love
where
him though. He's
my
really good.
issue with when we drafted him. I didn't.
Yeah,
That's not the player I wanted, and it's not because of him as a person. I thought
yeah,
we had a gluttony of guards, and we needed to be big. We needed to
yeah,
get big,
yeah, yeah,
and
for
then
sure.
we go and take him at 19, and I was very disappointed because the players I wanted was Tristan Da Silva, Khalil
Yeah,
Ware,
yeah.
Jared McCain would have been great.
Jerry
Bob
McKay will be.
Carrington. Those are players with size.
Yeah,
But when you see him, and I'm trying to think about the future and
he
how
looks big
this
enough to play pause.
he's big.
Yeah,
His arms are great.
yeah,
I still see him as a guy that would come off the bench and play for
for
us.
sure,
I
for
don't see him
sure.
as
Yeah,
a
yeah,
starter,
for
per
sure.
se. But man,
Still early, man. He's young.
he's yeah, he's young. I still that's what I'm
Very young.
saying. I want to give him like at least 15 games of like good minutes, right?
Yep,
Before we
yep,
can start
yep, yep, yep.
assessing him. But
Yep.
from the last 2 games, I like what I see. Like energetic.
Yes.
You know, what's his name? Uh, the coach from the Lakers. He talked about these types of
JJ?
plays where you. Sorry,
JJ ready?
JJ Redick. He talked about these plays that he takes note of. Is the ones where you just touch the ball to
Yeah.
redirect it
Yeah,
on
yeah.
offense on rebounds or on loose balls and stuff like that.
Got it, got it. Yeah, yeah. Keep it
I
in play.
like he does that. He
Yeah.
does little things like that, and unfortunately, I can't articulate it as well.
No.
But with that, um, but yeah, the other rookie,
Mhm.
Jamison Battle.
Yes. On
Oh my
fire.
God,
On fuego.
24 points,
The
6
redhead
of 8
assassin.
from 3-point range, 9
This
of
dude,
11.
listen,
Oh my God.
he came in the game and was 4 for 4, I think in the first half,
Yeah,
with like 14 or 13 or 14 points. And like, I mean, he came in and it was just like, all right, y'all leaving me open?
yeah.
Splash, splash. Okay, you're gonna guard me? Off the screen, splash. And I'm looking at this guy like, who is this kid?
Who is
like,
this
like
kid?
I know him, but I'm like, you have not been shooting like this all year to this point.
I don't know,
And
man.
he,
He got a lot of minutes, and that's I kind of feel like 22 minutes. Normally, he doesn't get that many minutes, but
well, in a game like this where you're
hey,
playing trash, it doesn't hurt to take a chance on a kid,
yeah,
right? Like, and I think it's good for these young guys to get this kind of experience because
yeah,
you don't want to just always say like throw them in the fire. You want to let them run around a little bit, let them
yeah.
get used to the NBA
Get
court,
some sweat,
NBA
you know.
reps, yeah, some sweating, run some plays and see what works for you, how you
It's
feel
funny
comfortable.
we were talking on Twitter with
Yeah,
this New York fan, right? And we
yeah,
talked about Tibbs. Like Tibbs does not play rookies. Yeah, he does
at
not.
all.
And we were
He
saying
plays
is like,
college. Give
yeah. And we
him
said
the
to
sport.
him, he's like, the reason why our bench doesn't play well is because they
Hmm.
don't get the sweat. They don't get, he
That's right.
just rides
That's right.
his top players. And then when they get injured, there's a huge fall off compared to the Raptors where,
Yeah.
everyone's at this level and the bench is coming in almost very similarly, right?
Oh
So
yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it's a great. I know a friend of mine said that it's very difficult to develop multiple rookies in a year,
It
and
is. It
I
is.
don't agree with that. I don't think so. I think you need.
It depends on the coaching.
Yeah,
Depends on the coaching. If
I
you have
think
a hard nosed coach who is old school and like, oh, you
yeah,
got to earn your not what I hate that thought
yeah,
process, anyways. But I think ever since this new era of Raptors basketball, like since the
mm,
Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan era, we've always had a solid bench.
yeah,
Like if you look at even the bad years, like outside of the Tampa year, our
mm.
bench has always been like reliable in a sense. I remember we had a 100 point game. I think it was Matt Thomas and those guys. We had a 100 point bench game. It was crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I've never seen that in my entire life watching basketball. The bench scored 100 points.
That's
So I think
crazy.
we've always had solid bench players, and we've always given them an opportunity. That's why Raptors fans always fall in love with the 6, 7, 8 man. Like we still talk about Norm Powell to this day. You know what I mean? Like we still talk about our role players like they need a statue outside the arena. So
Hey, you
you
know
know,
what it is? It's this hockey mentality that we have here in Toronto. That
it is, it is,
we
it
need that
is.
hard nosed
Yeah, blue
Wendell
collar
Carter.
type guy. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
Wendell Clark is his name.
Yeah, yeah, Wonder Clark, yeah, legend.
Okay, in the fourth and final game, Raptors lose to the Miami Heat,
Yes,
121-111.
this
Um,
one, this
I'm
one
gonna
hurt,
let you
man.
go. You know what? I'm gonna go first on this one.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, go ahead.
I'm a little. I was disappointed in this loss, and the
Okay,
reason being is that I think the Raptors had a chance in
we
this
did,
game,
we did.
but the 3-point line defense is shot. So first off,
That is it right there.
3-point attempts,
Yeah,
54
50. Yeah,
3-point.
yeah. It's
Now
nasty.
The Raptors were actually in this game a lot. They were, but how are you letting them? Like they shot 38%, but you gotta defend the 3-point line, bro. Like you have to defend it. And the
It's
one place that they keep messing up is that corner goddamn three. What? Like
bro.
I don't
All right.
understand it.
When you have Bam Adebayo taking step back threes in the corner, you know the game's over. The game was over, right? Like the Heat, you can tell they have a different mentality. They don't have no big because Bam is like 6'9", right? Perdo
Yeah,
was giving them problems in the paint, but Bam is not really a center, so they have trouble rebounding. So they're just like, you know what? Forget any post play. We're just gonna jack up the three ball. They got Robinson, they got Hero, they got Rozier, they got Butler. These guys just hunting the 3-point shot, and it's ugly basketball. I hate it.
yeah.
I hate watching it, man. It was so
But when
annoying.
you look at the stats, like Sheldon, you look at the stats, the
Yeah,
Raptors 46 rebounds.
Yeah,
34
because they're
assists.
just jacking up shots. Of course, you're gonna get rebounds.
No, I'm saying though, we were ahead of them in every category.
I know, but see, this goes back to my point with the 3 point shot. It's trading 3 for 2. So as
Yeah,
good as a game as we played, because we were up in the fourth. I think we were up 10 or something like
you
that,
were up
or
10. Yeah,
11. Yeah, we were up, and it's like in a blink of an eye, you have what's his name, Kevin Love at 49 years old, hitting pump fake threes, and I'm like, this is ugly basketball, man. I
I
hate
know.
it.
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
hate it.
It was terrible, and I think another thing too is the Raptors turnover. So this is the big turnovers.
Yep.
Scotty Barnes had 55 turnovers, and then RJ Barrett with 6 turnovers. And it's like,
Jesus.
and not only that, my man Mitchell, even though he
Yeah.
had 2 turnovers, they were the worst turnovers ever.
Yeah.
He threw it
Yeah.
off a man's head.
He was showing his height in this game, like small guards have that
Yeah,
tendency of like kind of overdoing it sometimes. And it's like, okay,
yeah,
well, you have to remember you're still 6 foot or whatever, or under 6 foot, so you got to know your limits here, right? Like you can't be throwing a pass falling backwards, over a player that's taller than you,
yeah.
that's got at least 6 7 inches on you and a longer reach. It's a turnover every time, right?
I,
So I think he was playing outside of his strengths, right? If I'm talking about Mitchell here, like he had a decent game, but it was those turnovers were just crucial for the momentum. And once Miami got on a run, that was it, man. We lost right there.
okay, I gotta take the screen for a second.
Go ahead, man. Do you think crash
Chris
out?
Boucher, Chris Boucher, Chris Boucher, you need to watch film. And I am tired. I am so tired of every single time
Ooh,
someone passes you the ball that you think you need
stop.
to jack up a 3-point shot. Like, why don't you take a second to just think
Uh,
about the players that are going around and where you are
ooh,
positionally? And then, like, as much I don't like Darko, I don't know why you there cussing at Darko for stupid plays that you're making, bro. You're on the court as the four and you're
it's
not
fact.
grabbing rebounds. So
Fact.
what do you expect
Stand at
other
the three
players?
point
You
line.
like Boucher, you are the vet on this team. You have to
Yeah.
show examples to the young players. When you see
Champion.
Mogbo grabbing rebounds and grabbing offensive rebounds, because they see what you do offensively on the
Yep.
offensive end. But when you don't put in that effort, it
Yep.
makes the rest of the team say, okay, maybe I don't need to put in the effort because I see what my vet is doing. And
That's
then when
right.
you go and argue with the coach, where the coach had all right to tell you, yo, you need to do a little bit better,
A
and
lot
you're
better.
arguing with the coach, and it's on national television, or not national, but on television. That
Yep.
ain't
Yep.
right, bro. That
Yep.
is not right. You're the vet, bro. Oh my, I'm sorry. Like he's the vet,
I'm with you, man.
and
I'm with
and
you.
he's doing these things, and it's like I remember last season I called him
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber with him and what's his name oh
Who's
my
that?
god, the guy we traded to the Knicks.
Not OG.
Precious.
Precious. Oh
When
Lord.
there was a lineup with him and Precious,
Oh
it
my
was
God.
like
Yep.
they
Yep.
didn't know
Yep.
what was going on. Bro, I'm sorry. If
Is
it's like
Precious even playing in New York right now? I don't think
he's
he's
injured,
playing in New York. Oh, he's
that's
okay.
why
Well,
he's having problems.
uh,
But like I'm saying, it's like, bro, there's ways to get better
yeah,
with offensive awareness, and that is watching film.
for sure.
Watch film and see where you are and humble yourself, right? Like and
That's
because
it,
it
man.
feels like from our perspective as fans, it
Yeah.
feels like you think you know what the hell you're doing and you're going to just do what you do. But when you look at the game and every time you see a shot, you take it, like give it a chance, bro. Like look
No,
at how the game is being played.
no,
Like bro,
not at
like look
all.
at your stats, fam. Like look
Not
at
at all.
your stats in this game. You were 3 points, minus 12, 2 turnovers. Bro, you
Yep.
played 13 minutes and had 2 turnovers, bro.
I'm
Right? Like, come on, man. Like, those are the things.
sad, man.
Yes, I know it looks like you got 2 assists, but fam, it's not because, you may throw that ball because of, I don't know,
Yeah,
just a little bit more awareness, bro. And I love you because, you won championships with us. You play
for
with
sure.
so much effort and heart,
For
but
sure.
there are things that you can do to be better. And I
I think
feel like you can
yeah.
do it. Sorry. That's
No,
end
no,
rant.
go
That's
ahead,
it.
man. Crash up, man. Listen, that was amazing, Rand. Um, I'm gonna give you an 8 out of 10 on that rant.
Because like the last game, he played the same minutes and had
Yeah,
0 points.
you see the thing with Chris Boucher is it you never really see it's like how do I put this now? It's almost like you go into McDonald's, right, in the drive-through, hoping to get
Yeah,
everything you ordered on the menu, right? Like you open that bag, and they missed your junior chicken, or they put a small fries instead of a large fries. Like that's what you get with Chris Boucher. You don't know what you're
yeah.
gonna get. You might order
Never
Chris
know.
Boucher, who's gonna hit a couple threes and play good defense, and take a charge or block a shot, but you never know what you're gonna get. You might get Chris Boucher who says, "Hey, well, if you pass me this ball, it's going up. Get it off the rim," type
I
of guy.
I feel we see that all the time. Like I
Well,
think
that's the
I
thing.
think there should
The development is not there for him. Like it's been like this his entire tenure with the Raptors. I thought he would get better or he would adjust. He's just the same guy over and over, and it's
when
frustrating.
you have your coach telling me that you're gonna treat him like one of your rooks, that's a
Oh
disrespect
Lord,
move. Yo.
that is
I'm sorry though. If someone told me that,
as a
yo,
champion,
coach, we need to
as a
talk, bro.
champion,
As a champion, as a vet, like what is it, eighth year?
gotta be
Come on,
7 or
bro.
8 years now.
You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't be treat you can't like and the reason why he has to do it
Two-time
is
champion.
because I don't know. Anyways, that was
Uh,
the Raptors for the week. I don't know.
yes.
Did you have any more things to say about this game, or are you good?
No, not really. I was hoping to go 2-2, but Tank Nation rolls on. I think we're in good. We're
Yeah.
in good hands. We're in good position. In terms of the development, I want to see Grady Dick and Walter together play. Play some minutes together.
Mm,
I want to see more
can't
shooting
wait.
on the floor. I really want to see. I know you're gonna get mad at, but I want to see how Bruce Brown looks in the lineup. Right, like he's got to get out there and play. I think he's sabotaging his trade value right now. Right, we're gonna end up keeping him for the rest of the year. He's got to
Really?
play. He's got to
He's
play.
he's sabotaging his trade value.
Listen,
Oh,
man.
didn't he? Did you remember the speech? I want to be here, but
They
bro,
said this thing was gonna take 3 weeks. It's been a month. We've played.
been a
I'm not
month,
even gonna.
bro. It's been
It's
like
been
6 weeks, bro. Like,
He should
nah,
be
okay.
back by now. He's got them cowboy pants is too tight for you to have a knee injury and not be on the court, man. Like, come
Well,
on, man. What
I
are we
can
doing?
I can I can rate him for those hats. Those hats are
The
getting
hats are fire, but the cowboy
yeah.
outfit is not my thing. But anyways,
That's not
I
my
want to
thing.
see more shooting on the floor for the Raptors because I think that's what's in the losses that we lost. I think shooting was a big thing for us,
Yeah,
especially in that Miami game.
yeah. All right, let's go through the players of the week and stuff like that. So we'll go
Yes,
with the offensive player of the week. I'm gonna ask you first. Who
offensive
you
player of
got?
the week. I got Scotty Barnes.
Yep,
He got a
Scotty's
triple.
been really good. Yeah.
Got a triple double this week. He moved up to second all time in the
Hmm.
Raptors triple double list. He's got 6. He's only 10 behind the greatest Raptor of all time, Kyle Lowry.
Hey,
And I think
hey.
he got it at 22. That's crazy. Or however
Yeah,
old he is. How old is Scotty? 22, 23?
23. I
Whatever.
think 23.
Yeah. So he's got a long career ahead of him. I see that record being broken in the next year and a half, maybe even
Yeah,
this year,
yeah.
depending on how he plays. But yeah, my offensive player for sure, Scotty Barnes.
Scotty Barnes. Yeah, I agree with that. Scotty was very very good this year. I think,
Yeah,
especially this week.
this week. Yeah.
I feel like you know there's some discourse with him online,
Nothing
with
ridiculous. It's
the
unwarranted
fans.
also. It's unwarranted.
And
It's unwarranted.
someone, I think Pensar basketball said it the best. That I think
Yeah.
the reason why people are upset
Great
is
account,
that
by the way.
they're gambling. They're gambling.
Pensar basketball is a great
Say that
account.
again.
That's what I say. It's a great account, man. Pensar,
Yeah, yeah.
amazing
Pensar.
follow for Raptors basketball.
Yeah,
But
he's
yeah,
a
go ahead.
he's a very very he's very
Passionate.
passionate
Yeah,
about Scotty Barnes and some
yeah.
players. You just got to be careful. You can't be putting people on pedestals and stuff like that. But
That's it.
I think
That's
you
it.
should
That's it.
let them play
Yeah,
and praise them when they're good.
yeah. But
Talk to them
criticize
when
them. Yeah,
praise them
yeah,
when
for
they're
sure.
bad. Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
Um, but yeah, offensive player of the week, I think, and it's not only because of his scoring. I think
No,
it's the
man.
assists and the
Everything. Yep.
facilitation and the defense.
Yep.
Everything's just kind of coming together for Scotty. So, Scotty, you get
Playing his
offensive
role,
player
man. He's playing his
of
point
the
guard
week.
role. Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right, well, who are you liking for defensive player of the week?
Nobody, nobody, man, nobody. Take that. Just remove this category for this week, man. It was really bad,
My
really, really
friend, my
bad.
boy, he calls Darko Arco because he doesn't have D.
You got on D. Pause.
Pause. I forgot to pause. But
I'll
I'm gonna
give.
go with Mobo. I'm gonna go with Mobo.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mobile and Walter had a couple, good games as defensive games, but overall the team's been horrible defensively, man.
Yeah.
Horrible,
Well,
absolutely terrible.
all right. Rookie of the week. Who we liking?
I'm gonna go with Jonathan Mobile. My pick was gonna be Jacoby Walter, but I think Mobile's been a little steady this week.
Mhm.
He's getting good minutes and he's playing really well. Had a good game in Miami, a really good
Yeah.
game. He was hustling hard and made some great cuts for a couple of nice finishes there. So I'm gonna give it to him for this week, man.
Shout out to Mobo on his game high 13 points and
Yes,
yeah.
yes, had a game high
But
as well.
for
Yeah,
me, the rookie of the week got to be Jamison Battle, bro. 24
yes,
points,
sir.
sharp shooter, like
Undrafted. Let's
oh,
go.
undrafted. Let's go, baby. Oh man,
He's
yeah,
keeping the
Jamison Battle, you
undrafted
get it.
light skins alive, man. From
Yeah,
Fred to Jameson Battle.
yeah. All right, let's go. Surprise of the week. Who you gotten?
Oh, surprise of the week.
Or I'll take this one. Jacoby
Okay, go ahead,
Walter.
man.
Jacoby Walter,
Jacoby,
because
sure, yeah, we can go.
you know
It's not a
I
surprise for me. I'm not surprised with him, but go ahead.
I'm
I agree with
surprised. The
that.
reason why I'm surprised is that he got to
Yeah,
start in two of these games, and he did
yeah,
not look out of place.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
That's
yeah, yeah.
surprising
Okay,
to me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll go
I
with that.
thought if you remember Grady last year, it was like deer in
Yeah,
headlights kind of thing,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
for him to come in with all like less stress, like
yeah.
I think he's a surprise this week, and
Imagine if they
I
put
can't wait
him
to
on.
see more.
Imagine if
Huh?
they put him on the special program they put Grady on last year.
They
Because
should put
whatever,
every friggin' person on that. Like,
listen,
give that to
whatever that
Chris
dude did
Boucher.
last summer, yeah, thank you. Whatever he did last summer, bro, is
Like
like teams need to study that. Whatever Darko put him through, the
the
teams need to
Kanye
study
workout
that.
plan. I call it, the Kanye workout plan. I think I've dubbed that. People are using it now. I'm famous now. It's
Yeah,
Kanye
man,
workout plan for Grady Dick.
absolutely.
He gave it to Ochai, so Ochai's starting to
Yes,
play
yeah.
now.
It's
So
like the scene in Space Jam where they passing around the water bottle,
yeah,
micro stuff. Yeah, man, that's Ochai got a little bit of
he
that,
got
but
some
yeah,
of that. All
for
right,
sure.
let's get into around the NBA. Like
Yes,
first off,
sir.
I want to talk about the NBA Cup. I don't know.
Yes.
Have you been following it? How do you feel? Like this? Okay, Friday was actually a very interesting one. So
Yeah.
let's just quickly go through this. Okay,
Yeah.
so we got Orlando Magics and the New York Knicks
Yeah.
are top of the thing. So
Yeah.
next Tuesday, I think they play each
Showdown.
other,
Okay.
and
Who's
this is
got one
going.
first? Because that's important.
I don't. We don't know yet. We
Oh
don't
no, no,
know.
yeah. Okay. 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 Okay.
Yeah. So this is going to be interesting because whoever wins goes to the knockout round, and
Okay.
but they can possibly go in, and so they're plus 15. Yeah, so it's basically whoever wins, right?
Yeah. Got it.
And next in the Group B, we got
Yeah.
Milwaukee Bucks and Detroit Pistons. So
Yeah.
that's a surprise to me that the Pistons are
For
that are,
sure.
they're up
For
there.
sure. Over
Uh,
the Pacers.
mm,
Yeah. That's a big one.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess they're going to play each other as well, and basically, I think whoever wins this one will get that fourth seed,
Yeah.
because of the differential. And then Atlanta Hawks
Atlanta
made
Hawks, baby. Kaka.
yeah, a lot of Hawks made it in, and Boston's still waiting for
Yeah.
whoever. And reason why I think the Hawks won. They beat Cleveland in the
Yeah.
last game. They beat
Twice.
Cleveland
Twice.
twice, right? So
Yeah.
it looks like they got the clinch, and they are going to be the top seed or one of the seeds, right? So
Yeah. 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 Good for
so
them,
what
man.
do you think of the East? Like I know because the Raptors not in it right now. Like what do you
Yeah.
think of the East? And how this is going because this is kind of getting a little bit more exciting now because
Sure.
now
Yeah.
they this next game is so big in a sense, and that Tuesday night's going to be really interesting. So what are your
Listen,
thoughts on that?
I think it's good to have the competition, right? That's been the number one, trope about the NBA is that the players are not competing,
Yeah.
right? So I think the NBA Cup has been great. So the first year, guys are really playing hard,
Hmm.
and you can tell with these games, like you want to see an Atlanta Hawks, beat a contending team. You want to see these the Detroit Pistons like compete. You want to see these lesser teams, show that they can play basketball and play at a level where it's respectable and you can potentially win something, right? So
Mhm.
I think some teams are not really trying as hard as they were before
Yeah,
in terms of trying to win the cup, but you can see that 100 grand or whatever it is, the money that
yeah.
that's
It's
going to
a
be won. That's a lot. So some of these guys are gunning for it, man. I like it. I like it.
yeah. So what do you? I guess I know it's a little too early, but what are you
Yeah.
predicting he's going to make it out? Do you like
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's going to be between Boston, Detroit, New York. So they all have to like the Group C is already
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
So it's more about what happens between my Magics and Knicks,
Yeah.
Bucks and Pistons. So who do you got for the Magic and Knicks?
So right now the Magic are on a super hot bender right now. I think they
Hmm.
went 11-1 since Banchero has been out, and Franz Wagner, bro. Listen, man, what happened to him? Was he working out with Grady last summer? Because
I
his
don't know.
jump has been crazy.
He's
He
been
looks like a
crazy, yeah.
star player right now. So
And it's
I
gonna be Magic at the Knicks. So it's gonna be
yeah.
at
Oh, and the Knicks are not really playing their best basketball right now. So I
no.
like it. I like the Magic in this one, man. Who knows? I don't know.
Okay, okay.
We'll see.
We
I
got
like
the
the Magic.
Magics. Yeah, so if the Magic lose, even if they lose, they're gonna be in, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because they're plus 60 differential.
Right.
And then Milwaukee and Detroit. So because I'm very surprised
Oh, yeah.
Detroit's up there, but
Well, because they beat us in a cup game, so that was a pretty
yeah,
easy walkthrough. And then I think they had it
Pacers,
was
yeah,
the Pacers, yeah. So that being the Pacers are frauds. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Milwaukee is such a hard team to really judge right now because you don't
yeah,
know what you're gonna get. Right, Giannis is
yeah,
out of the lineup. Dame has been, back to his old ways of putting up big numbers with a bad
yeah.
team. So like you don't know what you're gonna get, man. Are you gonna get Dame time or are they gonna flop?
Mhm.
Like are the Pacers gonna? Sorry, the Pistons gonna play hard, or are they gonna revert back to their lottery ways? Like you don't know with these guys.
Mhm.
One
And the
day they
Bucks
play
will be
great.
playing in Detroit, so it's going to be an interesting one.
There you go. Are they gonna get Cade back by the time? Like we don't know, right?
Yeah.
So that game for me is a toss up, man. Anyone can win that one. Anyone
Okay.
can win.
I think I'm going to go with the Bucks on this one, and
Yeah,
Boston's not going to make it. Uh,
really.
yeah, because well, you have to be.
The
I
point
think
differential.
yeah, the point differential. So that's how you win.
Ah,
So right now, Pistons are 28, like plus 28 already.
okay, okay.
Right, so we'll see. We'll see how that
Let's
goes.
see,
Let's go
man.
to the
This.
West here.
Ooh,
Now, the West is very interesting. Okay,
yes,
we got Houston Rockets winning, clinching.
yeah. Shout out
Okay,
to them, man. Playing good basketball.
hey, like those guys are playing
Not
ball.
Van Vliet, but he's still pissing off refs or mad at refs.
Did he? I
Not
don't
him,
know. From the angle, I swear he boxed that man in his face, yo,
dude. I thought he did,
or him juke
and
him.
if
I
he
don't
did,
know.
he got a little slap on the wrist too. You saw that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He got a little slap on the wrist for his
It
little
was like
antics there.
yeah, that's a little
It's
weird,
crazy.
but this group A, so we got Houston kind of winning it like
Yeah,
right now, but then
yeah.
you kind of actually I don't think this is weird. I think because if Portland loses the next game, which is interesting, they
Mm.
can potentially make it. So that's
Who did they
why.
play? Who did they play?
So let's see.
Portland.
Portland will
Portland.
play. Portland play the Clippers.
Yeah.
So if the Clippers win, now they're
Ooh,
2-2, and then this team's 2-2, and this team's 2-2. So it's very
interesting. Yeah,
interesting,
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of.
That's a
Yeah.
good one. I like that.
Um,
I like that.
Now here is the group of death here.
The
The
Mavericks.
Spurs are
Yeah,
leading.
yeah,
Spurs, bro, and we
yeah,
got OKC and Phoenix, all two and
yeah.
one.
Jeez.
That's crazy. And so Phoenix is playing the Spurs,
Okay.
and OKC is playing the Jazz.
Phoenix just got back KD, so I'm gonna go with
Yeah,
them on that one.
yeah,
Without KD, they look like a lottery team.
yeah.
Shout out to my guy Bradley Beal, the worst trade for a superstar in the last 10 years.
Oh, he's been
He's
bad, but it's okay. It's
horrible.
okay.
But anyways, I digress.
Yeah,
KD's back. All is right in the world.
yeah.
I think they pull that one out against
The
Spurs.
Spurs.
Yeah,
That'd be it'd be very interesting though if the Spurs did pull it out and
and
win
they
early.
could. They could. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. Don't get me wrong. They
I
got a
don't
good
think they
leader over
could,
there.
man. I don't think they could. I think that's going to be a tall order.
Eh, Listen,
You
like
know,
I said, the
pun
Suns have been
intended.
Jekyll and Hyde, man. This year, like I said, they're
Yeah,
relying heavily on KD. The
yeah,
rest of the guys look like they're not interested in playing basketball right now.
yeah,
Like Booker's just going with the flow. Beal's been horrible. Nurkic is whatever. Like
yeah,
their whole team is just kind of like coasting right now,
yeah.
and they got so much money tied up in the three of those guys, or four of them,
Mhm.
including Nurkic's contract. So it's like, what kind of team are we going to see? Are they going to compete? Who knows? Do they
We
need an
don't know.
extra 100 grand? I don't think so, but are they going to compete for it? We don't know.
Yeah.
I think Wemby and those guys might give them some problems, man. We'll see.
Yeah. I don't
We'll
know.
see.
I think Phoenix has something to prove here. Like they've been struggling the
Okay.
last 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Um, they were supposed to be touted to be like the next thing, yet
Yeah.
you haven't
Contenders.
seen
Yeah. Yeah.
something. So I kind of feel they have to do something. And then OKC's playing Utah, so I don't think Utah's
Oh,
gonna beat them.
no, not at all.
So
No way.
yeah. Group C is very interesting though. The Golden State Warriors is a
Yes. Best team in
surprise
the
of the
league right
year.
now.
This is
Yep.
the best. This is the best surprise, and
Yeah.
they clinched. But
Yep.
this one is crazier again, right?
Hmm.
So Dallas is 2-1, Nuggets is 1-2, Memphis is 1-2, and basically it'll be a three-way tie for 2-2 with a two-way tie for 2-2 for
For
some.
the second spot.
Yeah, and
Okay.
technically Golden State can lose, and then everyone's 2-2.
Oh Lord.
Right? So I don't know. I kind of feel like Denver probably might squeak it out. What are your
Would there
thoughts?
be if there's a three-way tie? Would there be
Points
uh,
differential.
points? Okay. 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 Okay.
Yeah, and right now the points differential is led by Dallas. So
Okay.
and Dallas is going to play the Grizzlies at Dallas, and then Denver will play the Warriors,
That's a good
and
game right there.
yeah. So
Memphis has been
what?
on a roll lately. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, the
Yeah,
vets against the young boys. Oh, that's a good game
they're
actually.
-6, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
I might
I
have to tune
like
into that one.
this seems very legitimate. It's
I
giving a
like
lot of
it.
yeah.
Listen, you
I,
see, the thing is, like it. Like I said, I mentioned before. I'd rather the cup game over like a marquee Saturday night game. Like you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like how the NBA used to have like the big games on a Saturday or a Thursday or whatever. I'd
yeah.
rather give the guys something to fight for, something to play for, right? And this is proven
I
that for me.
I made a thought process. Why don't we have the finals of the cup on All Star Weekend, bro?
Oh, that is a good idea.
Like
That's a
I,
good
I,
idea. Because the
now
All
you
Star
have
Weekend
an actual, huh?
has been tracked. Guys are just going to All
Yeah,
Star Weekend to get
yeah.
girls
Let
and
let let the all like let's pick the All Stars as the what's it called?
so
As
wait,
the
hold on. But
yeah
hold on. I
yeah
like the idea, but so does a team? How does that work? Are the team showing up? The teams or the All
yeah team.
Stars?
No All Star. You pick your All Stars. They don't play. Screw that.
Okay, so
So
then
it's
see,
not
but
no
then the
point.
guys want their vacations, bro. They want their 2 week vacation. That's
So
kind of
let them
tough.
get their 2 weeks vacation. I'd rather like have them come in and
Yeah.
do the photo ops, have their conversation. Maybe
Yeah.
they play like a game of horse or something. I don't know, something. But
Okay.
make the main game the winner of the cup because now
So yeah.
everyone's watching it. Not just everyone's watching because it's All Star Weekend. You know,
So
and
we could probably do it in the way like instead of having the All Star Weekend, let our All Star Weekend be the cap. Let the games go through the week. So like
yeah,
Monday from the Monday on until the Thursday, have the cup game Thursday. So you kind of extend your weekend, right? You
yeah.
get your views up. You have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And then
Yeah,
Saturday
yeah,
you have the say you do an All Star game and you
yeah.
can do the gimmicks of that you want, but
I
like
say we get rid of All Star Friday night. I know Friday night is usually like
okay.
the rookie game,
Did
but
you
all
talk
the
to me
other
about? Didn't you and I
sorry.
talk about All Star Game before?
I think yeah, we did. I think not last episode, the episode before that we talked about. I believe we talked
No,
about.
the idea was that the All Star Game is not. It's not a All Star Game anymore. It is
It's not.
like
It's
a
not.
conference. It's like a really cool conference that everyone comes to and everyone
Yeah,
has. And I
it's
kind of feel because it's like that. I think you want to still keep that because First
Okay.
and foremost, it's really good for younger viewers.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
younger people coming to the game. It's really awesome that people get to see the rookie game.
yeah.
I'm not sure if it's paid or it's easier to go and watch that, right? So people come in
I
and
think
then
there's incentives for each contract
yeah,
with the rookie All Star.
it's almost like the NBA conference,
Yeah.
and that it's really important for the city and the people
Oh
around
yeah,
it,
yeah,
stuff like that.
definitely,
I also think
definitely.
we should have the All Star games in big cities.
Yeah, please, please. If your city is not on the top 10
Mhm.
of North America, please don't even like
Yeah.
bid. We don't need rural Indiana to be
Oh my God.
a
Yeah.
hotspot for the NBA
We
because
don't
we all
want
know that
Portland.
the NBA family is a bunch of celebrities, man. And when I say
Yeah.
celebrities, I mean like the top of the top. We don't need Magic Johnson in Indiana.
They should. You know what? They should put the All Star. You know what they should do when they do when they announce expansion. They
Yeah.
should have the All Star game in Vegas
Ooh,
and
that's nice.
announce the expansion team
That's
then.
nice. I think the All Star game should always be in Vegas,
Hey,
but I like
I like
your
that
idea.
idea too.
I like your idea of the sorry, not the countries of the cities getting that revenue. But I well make the All Star game in Vegas, but have the other festivities in the cities, right? Because that's what really generates the revenue, right? All the extra curricular stuff, the
Yeah.
NBA,
It's
they're
great
all
for the
week.
fans.
Yeah,
It's great for the younger
and
players and
exactly.
stuff like that. Even opening up practices to like
Yes.
that is really
Open
helpful
practice, yeah.
to especially people that can't even afford it. Like really
Yeah,
does help
yeah,
out.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Let me get into another story. This is trade ideas, trade talk stuff.
That's what you got. What you got?
Oops, what's going on? Well, the
Acting up again.
Bulls.
Uh,
I don't know what's going on.
we can talk about it. The Bulls want to trade their entire core. I
Yeah,
saw
the,
that.
the Bulls want to trade everyone. They just want
Zach,
to trade everyone.
Zach Levine. Who else? Vucevic and Lonzo Ball.
Vucevic and Lonzo. So,
It's
wanted to
not
ask you, where do you think? Huh?
okay. No, I was just saying I don't like the Lonzo Ball being added to it because if I'm a team that spends so much resources and time rehabbing him, I'm gonna keep him for a little
Yeah,
bit. Just out of the strength of I put so much time in. Yeah, I'm not just gonna give up on him right away. Like you gotta at
I don't
least
know
give
if
me.
it's about giving up on him or more about like if you can get something for him, why
I
not
get it.
take
I
it?
get it. I just don't like the fact that he sat for 3 years and they, built him back up to just trade him or whatever. But I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. I get it. What would you ask me? Where do I see these guys going?
So
Or
yeah, where do you think is the best fit for each one of these players?
who best fit? I like
Yeah,
Vucevic.
team wise.
I like Vucevic over in OKC. I'm gonna tell you why.
Interest. Oh, okay. Yeah, tell me about that one. That's
Tell
an
you
interesting
why.
one.
Because I like Hartenstein. I like his game. I like his hustle. I like his rebound. I like his defense. They need a post presence, right?
Yeah.
If you get me a guy that can put up 15 to 20 a night in the post, that's going to open up all those shooters. It's going to open up the lanes for SGA to do his thing, who's my MVP this year.
Mhm.
If Vucevic goes to OKC, he does not have to be a defensive anchor. He can even play the
Yeah.
four, right? You have a
Mm.
big lineup. Play Hartenstein, Vooch at the four. One of the guy at the Braves, man. I keep forgetting his name. Whatever.
Um,
You know who I'm talking about, man.
Lugas Dort,
No, Dort's gonna play the two.
Cody Williams, or not Cody Williams. His brother, Jalen
Yes,
Williams.
Jalen Williams. There it is, and that's Jay. So that's a pretty for me. That's a decent lineup because you gotta
Yeah.
come playoff time. The game slows down, and all that fancy dribbling is not gonna work. You need a guy that can throw the ball to the post, that can draw the defense, that can get a bucket because he can shoot, he can score the
Mhm.
ball. Right? He's not gonna give you 30 rebounds and defensive anchor, but he can score the ball, and I think they need that post presence, bro. I'd love him in OKC.
My only concern with him is not he's not that strong down low. I don't think he
But
can
he can get a
bang
shot
with
off.
those big
That's my
boys.
point. He can get a
But
shot
he
off.
can shoot the three, and that's the thing.
And that too. There you go. I don't know. I see
Um,
it, man. I see it. I see it, bro.
okay, what about Zach Levine? I'm sorry. Let me tell where I like
Yeah, yeah.
Vooch. I think Vucevic would do well in Charlotte because I think
Ooh,
they need a little bit. I think they need a little bit more veterans out there,
I was. Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah, for
and
sure. I agree with that.
him doing pick and roll with Lamelo Ball would be pretty exciting to watch.
Yeah, yeah. Because when Lonzo was there playing Chicago, that was a pretty nice pick and roll. Even
Yeah,
Demar, right? Him and Demar was a
mm.
pretty nice pick and
that
roll.
that team was so good until Lonzo Ball got injured,
It
man.
was that team was
Oh
on track to do some damage in the East,
yeah, yeah.
for sure, for sure.
Or what about Zach Levine? Where would
Zach
you like to see him?
Levine, Zach Levine should take his talents to the
Now,
Cheesehead
$43
State,
million.
to the Cheesehead State in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and team up and make a big three of Dame, Zach, and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh,
That would
well,
be.
first of all, that will never ever happen. They
No, I
just
know, I
can't
know, I know, I know, I
cost-wise.
know.
But
I'm strictly talking basketball. Like
yeah,
we're NBA 2K GMs right now, and we're looking around the league where he's gonna fit best basketball wise. The reason why I wanted to go there, or I would like to see him there, is because this whole Dame Giannis Big Two
mhm.
is the most terrible idea in the world. You can't put
I
two
don't
point
agree,
guards
bro.
together. You can't put two point guards together. Giannis is a point guard. He wants to be a point forward or whatever.
Mm,
He wants to attack from the top of the key and get to the rim or pass the ball up. Dame is not a player that is going to play off the ball and just shoot the basketball. So if you slot Zach Levine in there, who's a scorer,
yeah,
that's going to space the floor for Giannis, who needs to do his thing, and Dame needs to do his thing.
interesting.
Defensively horrible, absolutely horrible,
It's gonna be
absolutely
worse.
terrible.
My
The
thing
worst.
is, I think Drew Holiday. They shouldn't have traded Drew Holiday. I think
Oh
Drew
yeah, we
Holiday
always say
with
that. I
Damon
mean, that's going to
together.
be go
Oh,
down
that
as
would have
one of
been
the
better.
worst trades of all time,
Oh,
for
worse.
sure. They
Uh,
gave
for
Boston the
me,
championship.
for me, Zach Levine. I would love to see him in LA Lakers.
The Lakers.
Yeah, I'd like to see
Ooh.
that. Would be very interesting having a dynamic score with the Lakers with finally someone competent that can. Well, I don't even know if he's
Not
competent.
Gabe Vincent.
Yeah, not. Oh, that guy's terrible, bro.
Has he scored a point since he's
I
been
don't
the Lakers?
know, bro. My man is making
A
he's
lot of money.
robbing the
A
Lakers,
lot of
bro.
money. Yeah.
He
Oh yeah.
robbed like, oh man.
I saw a stat
Yo,
that
get
he
your money,
had
Gabe. Get your
getting
money though.
checks, baby. I thought that he. I saw he had a stat where he had three Tony Snell games, 0, 0, 0, 0 across the board, and it was like 30 minutes each.
But you know how hard it is to get a Tony Snell game,
Dude,
bro. How
not
you
one rebound,
sprinting? How you
up and down,
sprinting? No,
cardio,
man,
man, cardio,
no, no.
cardio.
All right. Last player is
Lonzo,
Lonzo.
who needs a
So
point
you're gonna be
guard, man?
surprised at where I think who should get him.
Who needs a point guard right now? Lonzo Ball.
You're gonna be surprised at my answer.
Okay, okay, go ahead. Give me a second to think about this one. Oh, you went offline.
Yeah,
Give me a second. Give me a second. So, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think we should bring him to Toronto.
Oh hell no.
Oh my! Why is everyone hate, bro?
Lonzo
Let
in
me
Toronto
yeah.
with the
Let
beat.
me explain, bro. Let me explain.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Lonzo, one of the things that we are having a problem with right now, one is turnovers, two is a true point guard.
Shit.
I know everyone's talking about Scotty the point guard. Oh, rah rah. But bro, the truest point. Oh, and the third thing, point of
Yeah,
attack defense.
yeah,
Lonzo Ball fits every single one of those categories. And if he's still
he's a
injured,
good defender.
we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
lose. We can continue
but
losing.
them knees, man. Them
Hey,
knees.
it's only 1 year. That's fine. I
Okay,
don't mind.
okay,
I think put him on our team.
yeah,
Yeah, I like that. I like the way he plays defense. I like his heart. He would
yeah,
be the one of the best point of attack defenders that we need,
yeah, for
and it
sure.
would actually be a better fit with him as the point guard because he's pass first.
And
That's
he's
why
tall. He's
we have
about
Joe.
6'6", 6'5", six
Yeah,
six. He's
yeah.
a tall guard. He's a pass first guard for sure. His shot has improved tremendously
Yeah,
He's a great. He's been the last time he played a full year, he was a really good 3-point shooter. If I
he got
remember
better at the
correctly.
three. Yeah.
Yeah, he got way
My
better.
thing is though, if he doesn't pan out, I say that's fine
Right.
because
Sure. Yeah. We're paying
it's only
$10 million.
21 million. It's
Yeah.
21 million, and that's how I see it. But and that's why I was actually trying to trade him for Bruce Brown. I,
Sure. 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 I can
that's
see
what I
that,
was
but
thinking.
they'll never do that. I'd like to send Lonzo to the Denver Nuggets. Get rid of Westbrook. His brick
Oh, really?
throwing. Yeah, get him out of here.
Westbrook has a higher 3 point percentage than a lot of players that we call 3 point shooters, and
Get
he's
him out
doing
of here.
really well in Denver.
See, there you go with the numbers again. The numbers don't tell the story, bro. You can have a great 3-point
He's
percentage.
hitting the threes. What are you
You
saying?
can
He's
have
hitting
a
them,
great
bro.
3-point percentage, but you're not taking enough, or you're not hitting them at the right time. Listen,
But I like that idea
Westbrook,
though. I like having him as the backup. Not even like he can
he can
play
be
the
a
backup
backup, or
point.
he can play with Jamal because Jamal can play off the ball. Jamal's a
Yeah,
scorer,
yeah.
right? And also, like I said, Lonzo Ball's shot is improved, and he's a pass first guard. And the
And
Nuggets
he's a
like to
defender, man.
and he's
That's the
the
thing.
Nuggets like to move the ball. They
Yeah.
like guys who can pass. Their center is a point guard, right?
Mhm.
Jamal's probably the least likely to pass the ball on the team. So,
But
well, outside of
another
Westbrook, now.
another non-shooter, like, but yeah, I think that would be a really good
I like
idea.
it. And the Nuggets are trying to play a little faster. Lonzo's a great in the open court, right?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
Bruce, is it Bruce Brown? Isn't it? Yeah, Bruce Brown. And those guys, like they lost Contavious Caldwell Pope, and that was a huge loss
That
because he
was
was
the
a big
biggest loss, man.
3-point shooter for them. And then they lost Bruce Brown, which is their intangible guy.
Mhm.
So ever since then, they've been trying to find guys to fill holes. I think Lonzo
Mhm.
will fill a couple holes for them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we just talked about that. That's fine. The
Yeah.
next crazy thing is going on in New York, bro.
Oh
Tell
boy.
me what you think about the discourse with Mikal Bridges, bro,
Yes.
and the New York Knicks. What is? And this is what New York fans are saying to me, bro. We gave
Three
three,
first round picks.
five
Yeah.
first, five
Oh
first
yeah, it
round
was
picks,
5.
bro.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Five.
They
So
said, you
New
know
York,
what? We got a young core. We got young stars. We don't need no draft picks. Let's give them all
five
away.
first round picks, bro. And you know what's funny is
Sickening.
because the Knicks were in such a bad state um after the Camelo stuff.
Yeah.
After it's and one of the reasons why is because they traded away all their picks for like Amari
Yeah.
Stoudemire and all those players,
Yeah.
and now
Yeah.
they did the same thing, and my boy
See,
Mikal can't shoot
the
anymore.
problem with New York, and we'll get to I'll get to Mikal in a second, but the problem with New York is every time they have a good season, they
Yeah,
they push all their chips in on that team, and they
yeah,
kind of mortgage their future for that current team. Like right now, they signed OG to a $200 million contract. Brunson got 100 and something.
yeah,
Cat's got a big deal.
yeah.
All these guys got big deals, and I don't think they're even contenders right now. They
No,
don't look like contenders to me, right? You trade
I think
away.
Cat has messed up their flow. Even though I think Cat is what they needed, but they do need a center. They
They did.
literally need a
They
center.
shouldn't have. Well, that was the only way they would have gotten through trade. But the fact that they had to subtract a couple players hurt them badly, right? Because
Yeah,
again, you need intangible players to contend. You can't just have stars or good players. You need guys who are going to do the dirty work, right? But Mikal Bridges, like this is my thing with the NBA. You cannot reward a player for a good season, right?
yeah.
Bruce Brown, Damari Carroll, a lot of these guys over the years, Hito Turkoglu, a lot of these guys over the years
Well,
have gotten ball have gotten big contracts over having one good season, a couple good seasons. You got
yeah,
to remember, a player thrives because of a few things: their talent, the system, and their confidence. Right? You take Mikal Bridges off of the Suns team, which was coached by Monty Williams, who had a free flowing offense where his shot was going. He was hitting amazing shots,
mhm,
corner threes. Him and Cam Johnson were on fire. You take him off. You bring him to the Nets, right? You give him a big bag. And you say, "Hey, run the team." He can't run the team. He's not a star. He's not a
He's
star
not
player.
that kind of guy.
And now you bring
Yeah.
him with his friends to New York, and for some odd reason, I don't know if it's a shooting coach in New York, is like, hey, you should change your form. Like, what is going on?
Yeah,
Why,
well, it's
why did he
funny. Eddie Johnson's like, no, it's not that he changed his form. He's
Oh
just
my
trying to
god.
change. I'm like, bro, he changed his shooting form. He
Changes his
looks like an
entire
idiot out there.
he looks like the you know, let me not say that. That's rude. That's mean. But he looks like he can't play basketball right now. He looks like someone who's just learning how to play basketball. And you know they teach you how to play, like you're thinking about your form every time. That's what he looks like right now. He shoots the ball up here, and then he's got this hitch where it goes an extra like inch or whatever. I don't know. I've never seen him before.
Yeah.
He's at the height of his jump,
Uh,
and then he extends again. I'm like, what is that? Who taught you that, bro?
uh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but the Knicks fans are not having it, bro.
And
They
you know
are
them already.
cheesed.
The minute you
And
overhype
they are
something,
coming, yo, they are coming. They're like 5 first round picks,
I'm surprised they didn't
five
get an
first.
OG yet. I'm surprised they didn't get an OG. OG's having a typical
Nah,
OG
OG's
Anthem
doing
season.
no, but they've never had that kind of player before, so I think they're
Well,
cool.
true.
But
That's true.
It's Mikal Bridges, bro. Like, oh
Yep.
my god,
I'm telling you right now, they're gonna turn on OG in a second. OG had a 40-point game and followed it up with a 5-point game or something like that. And I said, yeah, that's OG.
Mm, yeah.
That's OG. Just
All
now
right, next story.
he'll have a finger injury where he's out for 3 months, but it's okay.
All right,
Y'all
next
learn.
story.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram and the
Oh
debacle of
Lord.
the Pelicans. What is going on in New Orleans?
David
What do you
Griffin.
think?
David Griffin should hand over the keys, like literal keys. Hand over whatever keys you have to that organization and just call it a career, bro. It's over. It's over. It's his fault. You
Why
had
do you think?
Zion Williamson on a
Why
rookie
do you think
contract.
it's his fault, bro?
Okay,
I don't know,
I'll
man.
tell
I
you
think it's Zion, man. This Zion killed him.
nope, nope, nope. If I'm a GM of a team, right, and then you give me a number one pick, the NBA blesses me with a number one pick,
Bless them. Yep.
with a generational player, and I get this player in my grasp, and I get to see him every day, right?
Yep.
This is why Jerry West was so good. He could look at a player and be like, "Oh, you're not it, or you're it. You got it. I'm gonna sign you. I'm gonna draft you."
So do you
I would
think
I
Zion
would have
doesn't
had
isn't
money
it?
for Zion Williamson, and he put on all that weight, and then I had a second year of Zion Williamson, and he gets hurt again and again and again and again when he was never hurt in his entire high school and college career. But all of a sudden, you're getting injured every year, 3 or 4 times a year. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm trading him, man. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. They signed him to an extension while he was injured, off of potential.
Yeah, of a potential. Oh
And then they
man,
put a bunch of clauses in the contract about weight, about games played, and he's already
I would
voted.
never have signed that contract. That's crazy,
Bro,
bro.
listen, it's the worst partnership in the NBA right now. They need to get rid of everyone. Brandon Ingram said, "Yo, I don't want to be here no more, man. Y'all, the way you guys are doing this, I don't want to be here. Get me out of here.
So if you're the GM, you've been given the GM,
Blow it
uh,
up,
you would blow it up.
boss. Yes. What do you mean? Blow it up. Give me all the first round picks I can get, especially with this draft coming up, dude. Ingram out of here.
Yeah,
McCollum out of here. You know what I'm saying? Zion out of
yeah.
here. I don't even want players back.
It's-
Let me call up my G League team. Give me draft picks.
But well, the game we saw that was literally a G League
Well,
team,
that's what I'm saying.
and the Pelicans like the thing is the Pelicans draft really well, man. Like Jordan
Thank you.
Hawkins is really good. Like
We see really
I kind
good.
of agree with you. I wonder if it's maybe what you do is move off of Zion
You
and
got to
just
start somewhere. You got to
yeah
start
move
somewhere.
off of Zion and stick with just. I would even keep Brandon Ingram, but you're saying nah.
Brandon Ingram's already expressed that he want to be out, bro.
Well, that's
Yeah,
because one thing, and it sucks because Zion is such like like when he plays, he's so
yeah, when he's
dynamic.
playing, he's amazing. I'll never
But
take that from him.
it's like where are you trading him, or because there's even talks that they might just waive him.
Waive him. That'll be one of the biggest letdowns in NBA history, bro. If
Oh
that
man,
happens, if that ever, that's like imagine when we got Kawhi Leonard, right? That
yeah,
year, the 2018-2019, coming off an injury. He's away for what, a year and a half, 2 years, and he just dogged it the whole year, like how Zion is dogging it,
Mhm.
right? Not giving no effort, saying he's injured or whatever the case is, like just not playing, right? Could you imagine the after effects of
Oh,
us losing Demar and then getting a Kawhi, not winning a championship?
oh
Like
man,
just imagine how bad of a position we'd be in
that would
if
be terrible.
Kawhi was, treating us as the way he is now, where he's not playing. And that's why I look at Zion. It's like
So
I
you're
got a generational player who's supposed to be this world class, franchise altering player, and I can't even get him on the court. I can't even get him to stay in
can't
shape.
get him to stay in shape, bro.
Get him out of
That,
here,
that
bro.
is
Get him out of here. You
that
don't
is
want that
terrible.
around. You don't want to build your franchise, your culture around that, bro. No way. No way,
So
shape, or
you're saying so you would trade Zion, you would trade CJ McCollum.
blood up.
I'm guessing you keep
Yep.
Dejounte Murray, right?
Yeah.
Or would you move him? Would you move him? I kind of agree with you, man. I think maybe because I feel like
It's tough.
they haven't even tried with them yet. Them
No,
all
no, no,
healthy,
no.
but then again, everyone's maybe you do move on and
I
just
think so,
trade
man.
literally everyone. Have
Yeah.
Jordan Hawkins jack up as many shots as he wants.
Yeah,
Let
for sure.
Fultz play
Develop.
and start
Develop.
developing.
Yeah.
Oh man, that kind of sucks for them, bro.
It's a bad look because right now, the inmates are running the house right now. You can see it. Like the start, those guys weren't even involved in the game. Like you see
Yeah,
them on the bench, they're like, "Yo, I'm only here because I have to be here."
you have
Type
to
of
be
look
here.
on their face, and I was just like, "Man, they weren't even
Like
cheering
I
on
don't
their
think Zion
team."
is gonna get another contract, bro.
Not from them. You might get it somewhere else, but not from
I
them.
don't know,
I
man.
still,
I don't know what team would want to keep him. Would want
especially
him.
after 5 seasons, only play or 100 was it 190 games missed
Yeah.
and five.
Jeez.
That's disgusting, bro.
That's
Like,
so
come on.
sad for that draft class.
Yeah, really
Uh,
sad.
anyways, so we have come to the end of the all around or around the NBA.
Sir, so we got
Unless you have
next week.
any other. Oh, there was one story you brought up, bro. Can you
Oh
read
yeah,
that
yeah.
to
You
me?
want to talk
Yeah,
about?
read it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
hold
want you to
on.
read it because
Let me
that
bring
is
it
an
up. Yeah,
interesting one.
I saw that tweet that said we got to talk about this. Hold
Yeah.
on. So the guy goes. The name is Zig on Twitter.
Mhm.
Xavier C Miller basically tweeted that he's replying to a tweet basically saying that the NBA is in trouble, and that people are assuming that it's going to be like hockey popular in the next 10 years. So they're trying to say that basketball, the NBA in particular, is going to drop down to maybe the third or fourth most liked sport across the four major sports. And this young man Zig was trying to say, unfortunately, it's trending that way because basketball has become a rich man's game now, right? No longer do we see the inner city have drills. They're not playing the way that we used to play when we grew up, like for the love of the game. They're
Mhm.
playing it for a contract or a deal or NILs. Like it's a different time now. Like to get enrolled into youth basketball is costing three, four, $500, upwards to $1,000, right,
Mhm.
for a season, right? Parents in the inner city are not going to be able to afford it, and we know, living in Canada, the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, right? It's been an old
Mhm.
time saying, but I think us as adults now we can see that for ourselves.
Mhm.
Um, I work in the city as a transit operator, and I drive around a lot of the neighborhoods in Toronto, and the basketball courts even in the summertime are empty. Right,
Mhm.
some of the neighborhoods that I grew up in, basketball in the summertime used to be a thing. Right, as soon as
Even
the
where I
weather's
grew up.
Yeah,
Like
the
where I
courts are
grew up, it was like packed with the courts and
packed, man.
7-Eleven down the
Like that.
street, and like it was,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was culture. Like you had the guys used to play, the younger kids used to come out and play. Like it was a community thing to surround yourself around the basketball court.
Mhm.
And now when you look on Instagram, it's just the richer kids. You have
Mhm.
kids of people who are well off. You have NBA stars, children who are coming up now who are like the next faces of basketball. You don't really see that coming of age story of, like I said, the kid in the inner city who kind of made it out, right, with
Can I,
basketball, with
yo,
sport.
can I disagree with this
Go ahead,
sentiment?
go ahead. Yeah,
Reason why I want to disagree.
yeah.
I think sometimes Americans, they feel like
They're in a bubble
they're in a bubble.
for sure, for
And
sure.
if you like look at Toronto, like for instance, look at kids that come from Canada, right?
Yeah,
If you look at the before Canadians were even getting looks, you couldn't. They would have to be some obscure college like that gets them, Steve Nash's or whatever,
yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
they would never get recognized. But as
Right,
soon as the mid that AAU circuit started to come up, especially in
and
Canada,
that's what ruined
the
basketball.
grassroots,
Yeah, yeah,
and then push. And I remember Coach Rowe, his name's Coach Rowe. He
yeah.
used to take his Canadian players, throw
Down to the
American
street.
jerseys on
Yeah,
them, and
yeah,
just play and let them play. And then oh, who's
and they
that?
used to
Where is he
win
from?
some games. Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So my thought process is I don't think it's that it's a lower class. That
yeah,
storyline
yeah,
may be lost, but you got to remember mid level or what do they call them, the middle class.
yeah,
They're starting to take over in a sense, but they're not. They're going to continue to support it, and you got to
yeah,
remember that in Europe, we are
yeah.
getting newer fans from Europe. We're getting newer
Absolutely.
fans
Across the
from
world. Yeah,
Asia,
absolutely.
Australia, and
Yeah,
those people they're the ones that really really want basketball. And
yeah.
the way that basketball is growing across the world, especially now in Africa with
Hmm.
the Giants of Africa and all stuff
That's
like
a
that,
good point. That's a
it's
good
going
point.
to there's
Yeah,
going to be a newer type of viewership,
that's a good point. Yeah,
and that's where we've talked about this in nauseum, like as about the way that they grab ratings or they record ratings.
uh
There's gotta be a change in that to
yeah.
really show how popular
Who's
basketball
watching?
is.
And yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I agree.
For
I agree.
instance, if you want to play basketball, all you need is a ball, like
That's it.
and a
Ball in
rim,
the hoop. Yeah,
right?
that's it.
It's places like things like hockey and football. You
Yeah,
need 11 guys to play football. You
that's
need
it.
equipment.
The
Hockey's the
equipment. Yeah,
same
you need a
thing,
field with
right?
that's painted and all that. So yeah,
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 for safety and everything. Basketball is one of those sports anyone can literally jump in and play, and it's getting popular little by little, and then it's going popular within the female ranks as well. Like
yes,
it's getting so much more popular.
yep,
Like I don't think it's going away. I know the story that he's talking about,
yes, yeah,
that
yeah. That
that
specific
story is
story.
going
Yeah,
away now
for
because
sure.
people are starting to get a little bit having more money. They're starting to fund things. There's a lot
Hmm.
more what you would call scouting now. There's a lot of
More eyes. Yeah,
amateur.
for sure, for sure.
Here's the thing he didn't even say. There's a lot of
Mhm.
amateur people. Like look at us being amateur media. I
For
guess we're
sure. Yeah,
amateur
yeah,
media.
yeah,
There are
yeah.
a lot of amateur scouts out there that are learning
Yes,
and seeing these grassroots and showing, hey, this guy here, and then they're moving in. Like it, there's so much more nuance into it.
yes,
I feel like what he's saying is that storyline is going to be a little bit more muddied or lost in it
yeah.
because maybe you don't see that recognition. But from what I see or from what
Mm.
I hear, is those kids they those AAU guys find them and they
Oh yeah,
pay
yeah,
for them,
definitely,
right?
definitely. I think that
So
that story will never change in terms of the
yeah,
AAU. Like, there's
yeah,
always going to be a guy, with going around in different communities and finding the best players, right? Like, you can look at even a player like Scotty Barnes, right? Scotty
yeah.
Barnes does not come from a family of well means, so like
Mhm.
that's I think what this guy was referring to is more so the American dream,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Whereas a kid will come out of nowhere and just rise to the top and blah blah blah. But like you said, there's so many more avenues now for basketball.
Mhm.
Like, look at Masai. Masai was a low level scout. Oh God, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm just jumping. Masai was a low level scout. And look at where he is now. He's a chairman
Yeah.
of a team and of a sports agency, not agency, sports group in Toronto.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
basically, like, you know, a guy like Pascal Siakam, Serge Ibaka coming from Africa
Mhm.
and just, going to superstardom. Like
Mhm.
it's so many more funnels and avenues that the NBA attracts now, that it's not just Americans anymore. And I
Yeah.
think that's what he's referring to, not knowing that he's referring to that, just the American dream. But like you said, they live in a bubble, so for them, the kids from New York who play at the Rucker might not get that same exposure as once before, or
But I
might
don't.
not have
That's
that
that I don't
story.
agree with though. I think
I think it's the
these
story, though. The
A
story,
coaches that are seeing those kids, they're
yeah,
bringing them up out of poverty and say, hey, these kids can play.
yeah,
So I know they're gonna. You're saying those other players, but I think the problem with AAU is that they don't teach anymore. They don't teach fundamentals anymore because
they
they're
don't,
always trying to win and make money. And
yeah,
those are the problems that like if he talks about those issues, that
yeah,
makes sense. But
for
that
sure,
American dream, it's still gonna be there. Like no
for
matter
sure.
what, I think so.
I think as long as America is a capitalist country,
Hmm.
um, our capital, yeah, they'll never change.
Yeah.
Once money is involved, and the NBA is a cash cow.
Hmm.
Regardless of them talking about ratings are low, yeah, the ratings are low because your real fans are being priced out and,
Hmm.
um, you know, aged out somewhat, because you can't even watch basketball on cable anymore.
Yeah.
You
You
gotta
have
have
those
specialty
problems.
channels and all this crap.
You have
So
these older people that
yeah,
don't want to go on apps like
they
you.
don't have TSN 4, 5, and 25. Like, they got just one
Yeah,
TSN. They don't have Sportsnet one. They
and
don't have
there's
NBA
cable
TV.
cutters that don't want like right
Yeah,
now. I'm in a situation because I pay for cable. I don't want to pay
dude,
$150. I'd rather just
I
pay for
stopped.
basketball.
I
Just,
stopped.
oh my gosh, I
I
don't know.
stopped. I stopped.
Yeah, you good. All right. It's a great conversation.
Great episode, man.
Let's end it with the predictions for the
Oh
week.
my god,
Um,
that's
yeah,
that's what we're playing this week. Oh
yeah,
boy,
we got four home games, all at home. Actually, we're going to be on a 9 game stretch at home, which is pretty good. We play the Heat tomorrow, Sunday, I guess.
yeah,
We're going to play
we
the
owe them.
Pacers.
We owe them.
Yeah, I feel we're going to beat Heat next game.
Yeah, we have.
Play the Pacers, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
OKC Thunder is in town. I would love to go to that game, man.
Oh
That'd
man.
be a fun game to watch. And then the
Yeah.
Mavericks are in town with Kyrie. Kyrie.
Kyrie Irving.
All right, so here's my predictions. I'm gonna go first.
Yeah.
I feel we're gonna beat the Heat. I feel
Yeah.
we owe them because that was a cheeser. I think we could beat the Pacers. I
Yeah.
think we have a chance to beat the
We beat
Pacers.
them already, no? This year.
No,
Yeah, we did.
no, I don't.
Yeah,
Did
we
we?
did. Yeah, we beat them already this year.
When they came home, I don't remember.
When they came
Uh,
here, yeah, we beat them, man.
Yeah.
I
So the
remember.
Raptors are 5-15 right now.
Yes.
I don't want them to beat the Pacers, to be honest. I'd rather them go 0-4, but just seeing how
Yeah.
things are going, I think the Pacers is a potential for a win.
Yeah.
OKC,
Yeah,
a
we beat them,
loss,
bro. We beat
a
them on the
loss.
18th. Go ahead, sorry.
We beat them in
We
the
beat,
18th. Oh, okay.
yeah, we beat them.
With Scotty
One
wasn't there, right?
130, 119. I remember that game.
These
Jakob
guys.
had 30 and 15, remember?
The when
Yeah.
there was no center. Oh, what's
Yeah.
his
It
name
was
was
Scotty that game.
injured. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I saw them. That might be a comeback game there. I got OKC winning, and I got Mavs winning.
Yep.
Because I don't know how we're gonna handle those flurry of bigs from the Mavericks, and
Yo, God.
I don't know if we're gonna maybe
Can we
we have
just
to.
set Jakob for the Heat game? We won't need him that game. They don't have no bigs. Let's just
Yeah,
sit him
maybe
for
that
that
might
game.
be a good. Just do some ethical
Yeah.
tank
Just say he's got a thigh contusion or
upper body
something.
injury
Upper
as
body. Yeah, there you go. The hockey analogy. Yeah.
what are your predictions? I go 1-3.
1-3. I'm gonna stick with my prediction from last week. I think we're going 2-2 this week.
2-2.
And I got a surprise win for you.
Okay.
I think we beat the Mavericks. I'm gonna tell you why.
Please tell me why.
And I'm going off of history here, right? The Mavericks have a tough time winning in Toronto, right? They're a team from
Oh,
Texas, right? A warm climate. We're into the winter months here in Canada, in Toronto.
Snow
Um,
is coming.
the snow is on its way. It's not like Buffalo. Buffalo just got slammed today. And that
Buffalo.
game tomorrow is about to be crazy. I'm gonna watch that Bills game tomorrow, but it's gonna be crazy. Um, I'm going out for the win here. I'm gonna say we're gonna beat the Heat because we owe them one. We're gonna lose to the Pacers because they owe us one.
Yeah.
OKC, no chance. They're just too deep, too good. SGA's back home. It's just like yeah.
Unless we beat them inside, though. Unless we go inside and really,
Who against who? OKC.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they don't have Chet.
They
Oh
don't
yeah,
have.
I forgot.
They
I forgot.
have. They have Hartenstein is back though,
Hartenstein's there, but Hartenstein's
and they got
manageable. I think.
they got our boy Brandon Carlson. I hope Brandon Carlson kills us, yo.
Oh yeah, he's not getting
Jeez.
on the court. He's not getting on the court. Stop it. He's not seeing the floor. But I think we beat the Mavericks, bro. I'm calling it right now.
Okay,
I think we beat
Mavericks
the
is a
Heat.
later game too, seven
Yeah,
thirty
two
on a
and two.
Saturday.
Oh, on a
Yeah, 2-2.
Saturday. Oh,
Yeah.
guaranteed win night, bro.
What
Guaranteed
the
win night.
hell?
If the
This
Mavericks
guy
are
say?
here, if the Mavericks are here from Friday, it's a guaranteed win.
Oh, jeez, yo.
Come on, man. You know the clubs. The clubs,
You know,
man.
in the club, we all
The club.
fab.
Listen, man.
Okay, okay, all
Toronto,
right.
Toronto's got its advantages. Okay, we've got our little advantages here and there.
We do. Okay, well, Sheldon, you got the Raptors going 2-2 this week.
Yes, sir.
I got them going 1-3.
I'm still Team
And
Tech, by the way. Don't get it wrong.
I
But
don't like this two and two business. You know, like,
I'm just trying to be
um,
realistic here. That's all, man.
we got it, Joe. But
Yeah.
like I said, in the club, we
The
all fam.
club, popping bottles.
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching or listening to the Boardman Gets Paid podcast. Give us a like, give us a review on Spotify, Apple. That helps us get our podcast out more. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe so we can get some more people seeing this video.
That's it.
And yeah,
Check us
follow
out, man.
regular shells
On
with
Twitter,
the No
Instagram.
Service podcast.
Yes,
The new
sir. We got
episode
this week.
coming,
We
baby.
back tomorrow. Actually, maybe tonight. I might drop it
Maybe.
tonight. Who knows?
Hey, all right.
Who knows? And some video.
Ooh, okay. You
I
guys
mean,
better subscribe.
yes, sir.
Hook them up, and guys, we're gonna get through this. Okay, this whole year. The
Don't worry,
flag,
man.
the
We're working
flag is on
together.
the
We're
way.
working
The
together.
flag is on the
Hey,
way.
man. Some people are saying Ace Bailey might be the one.
Bro, did you see Dylan Harper, fam?
Dylan Harper. We'll talk about this another
Yeah,
time.
we gotta talk.
I'm not ready for a Harper trade yet. I don't know. I'm still teeing it off from his
Bro,
brother.
he's a 6'6"
But
point guard, bro.
I know.
He's
I know.
wet. Oh,
I know. Pause. Don't say that. His jumper's wet, not him.
oh,
Pause.
oh.
Hey, yo.
Pause, fam. Pause. How you
All right,
end
let's get
the
out of
pod
here.
on a pause, bro? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Peace out.
Thanks for having me, yo. Peace.